the people who are appearing for the interview. Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Hi, Kalum Verma. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Positive. How are you, sir?
Oh, great as ever. Thank you.
Happy Holi, sir.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. And same to everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Hi.
So, initial 2-3 minutes, sir, we take for the introduction.
Yeah,
These are the candidates, sir, who, yes, sir. These are the candidates who have made to the third stage. That is the personality test.
Very good.
Of civil services examination. So, I think we are at 25 mark now. Should we start, sir?
Yeah. Choice is yours. Depending on the number of people who have come. And as you told me, there are 8 people who are going to the PT now.
Yes, sir. I think more than 8, sir. The number has increased.
Okay. No,
yes, sir. This was a pro bono initiative by UPSC launch.
Okay.
So
good.
I shared the link with many people.
Okay. That's very
and
good.
I requested them to bring their comrades also.
Okay, great. So out of the 26, if I can generally get a measure as to how many guys are there.
And 12, I think, around 12 people. I could
12.
see the name.
Okay.
Anyway, sir, will not make a distinction.
No, it's okay.
And
no, because I would like to see the guys whose papers I've checked. You know?
They will.
I just finished checking the GST
I will tell them,
papers.
sir. I'll let them know about you, sir.
Though I have no idea of the names and all, but generally, you know.
Yes.
Whatever.
So, sir, I can start the discussion. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your host, Colonel Verma, founder director at UPSC Launch. First of all, a very happy and healthy Holi, a colorful Holi to you and all your beloved ones. The idea behind hosting this event today was to give some insights about the PT. So let me give preface of the personality test conducted by the UPSC. So this is the third stage of civil services examination where a panel of experts will be waiting for you at Dholpur House. This is basically about the assessment of your overall candidature or suitability for the All India services. Your knowledge has already been tested. So this time, they would definitely see the facets of your personality, which they can think that if a minor adjustment at the academy, that includes the Labasna and the Sardar Patel Academy, Hyderabad, so that you can make up to a good officer. There are certain telltale signs, there are certain OLQs, which the panel expects in you, and those should be displayed during that 25-30 minutes duration. I always say that it cannot be inculcated in a day or two. It all comes with the habit formation. But this time, like the interview is about to start, so we can only think over the management of the theater. I keep saying this because I feel that it's about managing the theater, the 20-25 minutes, your verbal and non-verbal communication skills, your emotional intelligence, your mental rectitude, and the other leadership facets. Those are at stake, and the marks 275. This has been the maker or breaker for many. I could see last time few people whom we mentored, they could figure into the Holy PDF. And the score was the double century, Parivishnoi, and All India rank 11, Nupur, Goel, 184. I could see the marks obtained by a candidate, which if was not the case, then he could have been out from the Holy PDF. And the score was around 180 marks. So this is a maker or breaker for many. Today, to give insight on OLQs, on the leadership skill sets, expected from a future civil servant, we have with us Major General Rajesh Sahai. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Colonel Verma.
And sir has been with the UPSC since a couple of years. He has been the examiner and the consultant to UPSC. Before that, 40 illustrious years with the armed forces. He was the chief of staff, Delhi area, and he is the faculty at IIPS. So much credentials, sir.
Thank you.
So now, sir, I open up the discussion, and it's all yours, sir. Please take it forward.
Thank you. Thank you, Colonel Verma. And happy Holi to all of you all. And congratulations, right? I was just going through the statistics of how many people appeared, nearly 10 odd lakhs, how many made it to the main, some 10,000, and 2,407 have made it after the mains, right? Fortunately or unfortunately, fortunately for you and unfortunately for the balance 8,000, I have checked your GS3 papers, question number 9, 10, 19, and 20. Okay. So, yeah, Karthik, you are here. So that means you're one of the good guys. So don't worry. So there are a lot of things which, I've checked papers in the last 3 years. And I've been with Colonel Verma right from the inception of UPSC Lounge. We started last year as pro bono. And we are taking it ahead because I feel I've reached that level in my life. Unlike Colonel Verma, I need to give back to the society. And what best to give back to the society is to give you ladies and gentlemen who are now going to lead or who would lead India in next 30, 35 years, depending of your age group. I am positive by saying you will. I'm not saying you may, because I feel that the guys and girls who are sitting here to get through this, you have to put in your effort and you shall get through. So keep a positive, total positive frame. What happens is, you guys must have seen Three Idiots, that movie. And I remember Virus asking the question that who's the first guy who landed on moon? So everyone said, oh, Neil Armstrong. He said, who was the second chap? So no one knows. You can't be second. You have to be the first. You have to be the only person to reach. It's a 100-meter line. You are run for 99 meters. And the last 1 meter is yours now to cross it. And it's very, very extremely important. So what is an interview? If you think that what exactly are these gentlemen looking for? कि यार मैंने prelim कर लिया, I've done mains, or what else do they want? They have to fit the face and the knowledge to the person. That is important, right? That's what I said. I would like to know the guys and the girls, the ladies who appeared, because then you fit. Of course, I don't know who's written what, but you fit the face to the paper to see, okay, now he is the product. It's an overall product. It's a raw product. It's like a piece of clay. If your mother gundos atta, right? From the flour, she gundos and makes it a ball for atta, and then she makes a chapati. You're still at that atta level. Your chapati will be made at Labasna. Don't worry. You'll be polished and you'll be shine. But our business and our aim is to send you sitting here to Labasna. And don't be surprised. I may be coming to Labasna also for your group because I am a coach in emotional intelligence. And I've got a feeler that they, for the next course, they want me to cover a workshop on emotional intelligence. So you never know. I may see some, and I hope like hell, all of you all there, right? So what is an interview? Just think back. कि होता क्या interview? What is the thing? ये है क्या? And why is it important for you? So the issue is that if I want to go and buy a pair of jeans or a t-shirt or a shirt or a bike or a motorbike, or your parents want to go and buy a house, they won't sit on the net and buy it. Of course, Amazon, so you will buy it, but you will try it. Does it fit you? If I'm wearing the blue shirt, is the color what I want? Is it looking good on me? That is your business, to ensure that you are liked by the interviewer when you step in. So from the time you knock the door, tuck, 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 and open it and say, may I come in, sir? Your time starts of your 30 minutes of grilling. What is your USP? I would suggest, I advise everyone. I'm actually, after I retired 3 years back, I'm a corporate trainer, I'm a coach, I'm a visiting faculty for Indian Institute of Public Administration, Delhi, and I've trained nearly 10,000 bureaucrats, including people from friendly nations. So you need to know what your USP is. Is communication your USP? Is knowledge base your USP? Should be, because you cleared your mains. Is your analytic ability your USP? Is it being put under pressure and then thinking, is that your USP? So I would suggest, everyone's USP is different. Just right about in 30 minutes, you can display about 7, 8 top qualities of yours. Just note down 10 top quality of yours. Everyone will be different, right? Just note down my 10 top qualities, or there is some voice coming from behind, please mute your Hema Kumar, please, and you'll also need to mute it, I think. So what you need to do is just jot it down. And that are the qualities which you have to portray. If communication is good, your vocabulary should be good. You shouldn't say, if that be so, eradicate it. You still have little time. And I would suggest, I would really seriously suggest, sit in front of the mirror, yeah. Read anything. You can open a notebook or put it on your laptop. Look into the mirror and put your mobile into video, because we have certain issues. Some same, right? Not that reduce. I mean, it's irritating, okay, for the guy who's sitting in front. Second thing, the fellows who are sitting in front, the interview panel, 5 of them, including the chairman or so, take a guess, what is the age? Anyone?
35?
Anyone?
35?
No, not of the person being interviewed, but the panel.
60 to 65.
Around 60.
50 plus.
Yeah.
50 plus.
Okay.
60.
Okay. So it should be around 60, would be my age group. I'm 61. Okay.
Doesn't look so.
Oh, I love you for saying that. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment, Pravina. There'll be about 60, 61, and they are the top people of their areas of expertise, right? Most of them would have gone through this phases which you guys are going through. Their knowledge skills, the ability to judge a person, the communication skills are very, very, very good. And they're good at hiding their emotions also in front of you. You will not come to know कि यार वो हंस रहा है या नाराज हो रहा है. He'll be deadpan, or he will induce actions in you. So if a guy of 60, 61 is sitting in front of you, think about your dad or your tayaji or someone who's sitting in front of you. Will I go like that and sit in front of him? Hi. I will not. He's a conservative man who's sitting in front of you. Sorry, Pravina. He's a conservative man sitting in front of you. So when you talk to him, talk with reverence. When you talk to them, talk with reverence, Talk with confidence, not arrogance. There's a thin red line between knowledge, confidence, and arrogance. Don't step on the left side, that is arrogance. Okay, please keep that. Why I am stating the age of these fellows? Because I cannot dress flamboyantly. Either it is a woman or a guy. Dress conservatively. We will mentor you for each thing. I shall mentor you even to the fellows, even to the color of your socks and the type of shoes you have to wear. Because once you knock and walk, what does walk? Who walks in first of your body? Three things. One is your footwear. Second, if you have a stomach, please reduce your stomach. And third is your nose, if you've got a long nose like mine, right? So these three things precede the rest of your body. So ensure that whatever you do, I don't misconstrue me. Don't think I'm talking of brands. I'm talking of a very simple way to dress up, which Colonel Verma and I will get into it. So what are they testing you? Why are they wasting 30 minutes of your time and their time? Because in a day they'll handle about, depending, 15 to 20, or with the COVID situation in Delhi being bad, maybe lesser or whatever. What are they testing? Is it an interview or is it a personality test? Be very clear. That is it an interview or is it a personality test? Are they looking at you? Tu gora hai ya kala hai, ye hai. No one is interested. As long as you're presentable, your personality is tested in your thinking. You have amazing knowledge. Out of 10 lakh people, damn it, you are 102,407. Please do the percentage, guys who are from IIT or mathematics. My mathematics is very poor, right? But you are 2,407 out of 11 lakhs, damn it. So your knowledge is damn good. But is your knowledge, do you have logical thinking? Do you have a critical thinking? While I was thinking of what should I ask you guys and what should I, tell you chaps, can anyone, I give you an acronym, can anyone in next 5, 10, 15 seconds or whatever, can anyone tell me what is, can you expand the word FAIL? FAIL, fail. Can anyone expand it and let me know? Don't use Google, please. Yaar. वो मिल जाएगा Google में. Anyone? Expand FAIL. What does F stand for? What does A stand for? What does I stand for? In your wisdom, what does L stand for?
Fast attempt.
Fast, insidious.
Good.
Stupendous.
Or achieving, you can say as achieving.
Anything, yaar, anything. Don't worry.
Fight after intense limitations.
Sorry?
Fight after intensive limitations.
Very good. Very good. I learned something new from you, Kartike.
France, Argentina, India, Luxembourg.
Yeah, good. You guys, you who's the fellow? You love to travel. Very good. Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool.
First attempt in learning.
Yeah, you see the Google. Very good. First attempt in learning.
No, I knew it.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Right.
Yeah. So in my opinion, if we take it the positive way, then the fearless, and I for innovative, and L for learning, and A can
for
be
attempt.
for
Attempt.
Ravi,
A can be positive.
Ravi Meena, never ever think negative. So
Yes,
the
sir.
next lesson is always think positive. Because देखो हमारे mind में, how many emotions we have? We have some 3,000 odd emotions, out of which 2,608 are negative emotions. Does anyone train? You have the Sadguru, I love to listen to him, or Shri Krishna, or whoever. Do they tell you how to get negative thoughts? No, they always tell you how to get positive thoughts. So whenever you do anything, henceforth, till the end of your career, always think positive. So first attempt in learning or whatever. I just wanted to, push you through the thing. I will give you another question.
Forget about the loser.
Sorry?
Forget about the losers.
Yeah, why not? And listen, yaar, when you were born, Praveena, when I was born to my parents, the day I was born, did I start walking? No. I fell, I crawled, I broke my knee, I scratched my knee, but still I got up and I walked.
Yes.
That is difference between us adults and a child.
Yes.
A child has perseverance, and we have a negative attitude of say, "Hi, mar gaya, I can't do it, I can't do it." Persistence,
We'll make it.
Persistence and perseverance is what is typical of a child, which we as adults need to learn from the children. Okay. I do not know. I will not even ask you, and you don't need to answer. Maybe there are many of you who have now made it in the second or the third attempt. And in fact, I think statistics somewhere or the other proves that people making in the first attempt, the percentage are lesser. I'm not very sure about this batch. But it's okay. Yeah? It's fine. There is no issue in that. Okay. Second, next issue is decision-making ability. You will be pushed to answer, and we will train you. Don't worry, we will train you to make you take a decision, right? And as you go in service and you spend your time in service, I do not know how many of you guys have worked before or whatever. If you guys have worked before, if I tell you what is one quality of the boss you loved in where you worked, I spent 40 years. The best quality I loved in my boss is that he could give me a timely decision. And ladies and gentlemen, once you become esteemed IAS officers and you take a noting sheet to your boss and your boss says, file chhod ja, ya main baad mein bulaunga, and for 10 days he doesn't call you while you know the urgency of that file, he has got such 20 files, you get very, very agitated कि यार एक छोटा decision दे ना जल्दी कर उसको हाँ बोल दे या ना बोल दे. So importance is a good boss should be able to take a timely decision. A timely decision maker. If I take a decision, I want to have a cup of tea now is 6:20, but I take a decision at 10:20 when I'm going to sleep. That decision has no meaning. It has to be timed. It has to be timely. So you'll be pushed in the interview to take a decision. So all your pros and cons, etc., think about it. Take an option. Don't worry of the option. Listen, you're not supposed to be 100% right. You will not be human if you're 100% right. You take a decision and go logically and say as to why you took this decision, right? That is important. Have you considered the pros and cons? Have you considered the options 1, 2, 3? And this option I selected because of this. That is your analytic and critical thinking is what is going to be judged. There is someone, no names, who said, sir, I don't know, have you guys filled up your DAFs or is it or not? The biggest problem comes is, sir, what hobby should I fill? I'll give you a small thing. I love to play instruments. This is my mouth organ, right? I don't play too well, but I play okayly well. I love to play instruments. I can play the mridang, I can play the dholki, I can play the tabla, I can play the drums. So one day I said, okay, let me start playing a bansuri. Okay, this is a bansuri. So I started playing. Someone gifted me this bansuri, so I started playing this bansuri as a hobby. So I and my wife were sitting and I was practicing. Suddenly her call came, and a couple of years back, 6, 7 years back, we had a dog then. And her friend rang up and she was speaking to the mobile, and I would do paw, paw, poo, poo. So her friend asked, why is your dog crying? So she said, no, that's not my dog. That's not the dog. That is my husband trying to play the flute. And from that day till date, it's about 7 years or 6 years, this flute has been kept because I realized I can't play it. So your hobby is something which you have to think. I have listed about what? I listed about 9-10 hobbies. I will, if you're not filled up your DAFs, you can take my mobile number, and the first 9 or 10 people who can send me a WhatsApp to say, ki, sir,
Ratri, dali bana lo, roti bana lo, bas.
give me a hint of a hobby. I will give you a hint, and I'll guide you how to do it. I got only 9 as of now. Maybe after a day or so, I'll add some more. But the first 9 can, after I finish my talk, you can take my number from Colonel Verma. I have listed it out. I practice it, and it is damn easy to do it. And if you can get the interview panel to ask you a question on that, baby, you won it. Because I'll ensure that you are an expert in answering that thing. Chahe Ravi Meena मीट बनाने को भी आना तो आ जाए तो पता होना चाहिए मीट कैसे बनेगा, गड़तुम्बे का अचार कैसे बनेगा, ठीक है ना. अभी if I ask what is गड़तुम्बा, you will ask your mom ki mama, there is a guy who's telling गड़तुम्बा. No, I do not know what the hell is a गड़तुम्बा, so you can check out that. And by the way, I'm a damn good cook because I love cooking. I enjoy cooking. So there are many things you can do here, you know, but don't put yourself into problem. If you say I love reading, so the first question, naturally, what book are you reading?
How many books you have read?
Which book are you reading now? Then he said, sir,
Name the author. Name the author.
And what is the lesson from that book? How many books have you read? So don't put yourself into a problem. Put yourself into something, give him something which he does not know. I tell you what, my son went for his interview was to go for his interview. So I told him, I said, do one thing. And that interview, it was after a month or 2 months. There was an opportunity for the Himalayan car rally. So I told him, son, do one thing. My nephew was going. I said, go with him. Go and spend your time on Himalayan car rally, about 15, 20 days. And write in your hobby, rallying. So when he went and attended that for about 10 odd days, and he came back, one, he enjoyed it. And second, he was aware of the Himalayan car rally. So naturally, they asked him the questions. It was his first job. He's a chemical engineer and an MBA from IIFT Delhi. So the first job he got, the only question they asked him about the Himalayan car rally, for which he had participated in. So there is no lie to be given. Otherwise, you'll be caught. If you say, I love classical singing. Holy shit. There hell a lot of classical singing, Western classical, jazz. Indian classical में कम से कम 50-60 हैं from north to south to east to west. You won't continue. So don't put yourself into trouble. Okay. So after this, we can take on whatever the guy wants to talk of. Right. Now, like Colonel Verma was very rightly saying, just this 275 marks is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take it lightly. You have burnt your midnight oil and the support of your family to where you are today. Don't take it easy. Please, for God's sake, don't take it easily. You are in the last bit of it. Just the last bit. Get hold of the balance of your energy and push yourself through. It's a must. Otherwise, whatever, sacrifices you are given will go to zilch if this last 275 marks you don't prepare for. An interview is nothing but mock preparation. Sit in front of the mirror. You got a brother or a bro or a sister. Tell him, yaar, ye 10 question mein se pooch. And tell them to switch on the mobile video and tell them to take a video of your 5-10 minutes and then read the video, see the video. How are you talking? Are you doing this like I am doing? Are you doing that? Are you making faces? Right? Have a bright face. You don't have to keep smiling, but have a bright face. You will find those errors when that video is going to make. Right? So this 275 marks, as Colonel Verma is saying, it is very important. Your knowledge doesn't need to be tested. You have to show your confidence, your articulation in the language in which you are comfortable. In last time, when we had a mock interview, there was a boy, I felt that He was trying to answer in English, so I didn't tell him. I told him that if you're, whatever language you're comfortable in, answer in that. It's not necessary you need to know only English. You can be, if you're conversant in Hindi and you are articulate in Hindi, choose Hindi language. It is not necessary. वो हमारे में एक British phobia है. अंग्रेजी जिसकी बढ़िया है, he is damn good. Sorry, it doesn't stand that way. I even check papers written in Hindi. Of course, it takes me a little bit more effort to see the Hindi words, but I also check Hindi papers. The paper written in Gujarati, in Malayali, in Malayalam, and Tamilian, and anything you think of, the things are written. So you can, whatever you're good in. Don't convert Hindi into English and then speak. It is a mismatch. So please see that. Be alert. Whatever question is being asked, be alert. If by chance you're not understood, there's no harm in clarifying. It gives you a stance to think through that. Or you can say, sir, do you mean that? I'm so sorry to ask, do you mean that, sir? You say, yeah, I meant that, you're right. Now you are both synergized. What he's asking and what you understood is synergized into one. Don't be in a hurry. You see, what happens is that when anything is stimulated, there are two things that happen. One is a reaction and second is a response. You're in a hurry to react. That's what the first question is always asked is, tell me about yourself. Because when I or anyone asks about yourself, that is one topic which you should know very, very well. If someone says, Rajesh Sahai, tell me about yourself, I can keep talking for 20 days about myself here, because that is one topic I should be very sure of. But that is one topic which will lead to the other questions. So you have to prepare a trap for the interviewing officer to fall into your trap. Not that trap you have to prepare. I won't say, what's your name? I won't say, my name is Rajesh. I say, my name is Rajesh Sahai. I belong to this thing. My father was this. This is my education qualification. I have any essentials in my life which are there. He said, okay, give me your strengths and your weaknesses. So before he asks you, so whatever you prepare, please write it down. There's no harm writing down. That if I have to tell about myself and why this question is asked, because what happens is that when we enter into an interview, we hyperventilate. And I'll tell you why do we hyperventilate. Colonel Verma is a doctor. He'll also bear through with me. My wife is a doctor, so I know a little bit about it. Plus, I'm a coach in emotional intelligence, so I have read about it. Because we hyperventilate. And to ensure that your blood pressure, your heartbeat, and your pulse beat comes down to normal, that's what the first question asks, is an easy question. Please tell me about yourself. He already has a DAF in front of him. Aapki CV hai, your resume is there. He has read through it. All these guys have it and they read through it. But when you speak, your tongue and your mind are now at sync. Okay, that's why the first question asks that. What is your well-rounded personality? Right? Articulation, communication, and communication is two. Like Colonel Verma said, verbal and non-verbal. Some people tend to crack their finger, crack, 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 crack. Matlab, jab tak आधा घंटा they finish or they may have twisted their arm 260 degrees or 360 degrees. Chill out, relax, take it easy. Yeah. Put your hand on your knees, put your hand on the side, put your hands in front. Just take it easy. I will tell you certain exercises to do. I would suggest do it not only now when you're suddenly you are sitting there and doing something and oh PN आएगा, sir, madam, boss बुला रहे हैं. तो first thing कि यार, you never expect a boss to call you for shabashi. You always expect a boss to call you for a डंडा. You say यार अभी तो हो गया हूँ, अब क्या problem हो गई है? So you start hyperventilating. So I'll tell you certain exercises to ensure that you don't hyperventilate. And modulation of your voice. Don't shout, don't scream. There's a trick. The trick is speak a volume lower than what you normally speak, not as a whisper. Deliberate, speak a volume lower than what you're used to speaking. So what will happen is the interview fellow will come up to hear you. You have got his attention. Second thing, fear factor. You look into a person's eyes, तुम्हारी जान निकल जाती है. Don't look into a person's eyes. I follow that principle whenever I take motivation lectures and I take my training part. I always look here. The guy thinks I'm looking into his eyes. I'm not looking into his eyes. I'm looking at the center of a brow. At the brow center, I'm looking. So what happens is it gives me confidence not to look into the eye. That guy feels I'm looking into his eye and I'm very happy, and he or she is very, very happy. So please follow that. Okay. Also, ladies and gentlemen, what you have done in the past, someone will try to rattle you. Oh, this is your 4th attempt. You have left your job to study. Why? Being an IAS officer, why it is so important to you? Why not? It is very important to me. Tell him, if I have done it 3 times, I've done it 4 times. Every time I learned something new. And every time I feel I have improved as a human being. I've improved as a person, both in my knowledge base, in my understanding, in my logical analysis. I have learned. If I make it, which I'm sure I shall make it, I'm quite confident I will make it. I've studied, I worked very, very hard for this. But for me, fail is first attempt in learning. That's why I told you, acronym of fail. So failure doesn't get me down. So, once what happened is that I did so and so something, I didn't succeed, but it didn't let me get down, sir. I realized that there are certain mistakes, so I improved my mistakes. So what you've done is you have set a trap for the interviewer to ask, हाँ, आपने क्या गलती की है, right? No, in that galti, in that mistake, you are now telling him your logical thinking as to how failure does not get you down. And no person on this earth has succeeded without failing. Every person has failed in his life, but has got up. That is a person. So that is how you can do. Rehearse 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000 times, 20,000 times. Choice is yours. Practice, practice, rehearse. Mandeep, sit in front of the mirror or bolo. Speak. It will improve. You got a cute smile. It will improve once you speak to yourself, right? Okay. And past has no meaning. Past ka koi matlab nahi hai. No one is bothered about the past. So what I'll do is, okay, I had told you that I shall tell you certain exercises, right? So what happens is that why do people tell you breathe? Kehte hain na that if you are harassed, if you are angry, if you are having anxiety, why should you breathe? Oh, it's a technical term. What happens is this is how my brain is, right? This front portion is known as the neocortex, is known as the thinking brain. And this is the limbic system, amygdala, which is the reactionary brain. And in the normal brain, it is supposed to be like this. Okay? That is the configuration of a brain. It is about 100 grams of tissue, but the most important thing which distinguishes us humans from animals. Now, what happens is when there is fear, anxiety, when we say hyperventilate, uska dimag kharab ho gaya, or he's gone out of his hat, is why this neocortex, which is this, opens up like that. And what happens is when it opens up like this, the oxygen in the brain is taken up by the neocortex. And now there's a dearth of oxygen and carbon dioxide is produced in the brain. Brain takes nearly 30% of the oxygen which you breathe in, by the way, for your body. So when this opens up, when fear, anxiety, etc., are there, when you're hyperventilating, this is what happens to the brain. There is a dearth of oxygen, only CO2 is being produced, carbon dioxide. Now, to ensure that the brain calms down, you're supposed to breathe in. As you keep breathing in, the neocortex closes down and comes down to its original logical thinking. It is, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a religious thing. This is a factual thing, how your brain functions. That is why people advise you that deep breathe 4, 5, 6 times, however you want to do, please do it. When you sit for outside for the interview, that is the time you start hyperventilating the maximum. कि क्या पूछेंगे, वो बंदा है, अरे क्या पूछा, chill out यार. जो उससे पूछा तेरे से नहीं पूछेगा, क्योंकि उसका DAF अलग है, तेरा DAF अलग है. They may not ask you the same. वो पूछ भी लिया तुम्हारा answer has to be different from the other bugger यार. All 5 unglies are not barabar. All 5 fingers are separate. So when you sit outside is when you're hyperventilating. Oh God, अब मेरी बारी, sweat. Forget about everything. If you have music, put on the music, chill out, and breathe. Next, exercise. Tip of the tongue. So what happens is that, see, when I'm talking to you, your brain is telling you something else. कि यार ये nonsense बोल रहा है, समझ रहे, हाँ ठीक बोल रहा है. So your brain is talking to your tongue. Okay, that chatter is on. Your mind is chattering even if your lips are quiet. To settle your mind and your chatter, press the tip of your tongue in the up portion of your gum. Okay? This way. Just press it. What will happen is your attention will go to the tip of the tongue and your brain and your tongue will be quiet. You need yourself to be quiet at that point of time, right? Okay. Fine. Ladies and gentlemen, very important, whichever place you come from in the country, which town, which city, which district, which state, please learn everything about it. If anyone is from Manpuri, I don't know if anyone, Aditya Agrawal hai, he's a UPite, or Tripathi, Akankash Tripathi is there. I don't know which state are they from. But if you talk of Manpuri, just 2 days back, yesterday in the papers, Manpuri is a place in UP, which is the only place which makes a special type of dish of potatoes. It was a small snippet I read. So if I come from Manpuri, I would say, sir, Manpuri is very famous because there one dish is made which is made nowhere in India. So now you caught the interest of the fellow who's interviewing. Acha, tell me about the dish. So you should know about the dish, how it is prepared. And if you had it or you didn't have it. I just read it in the paper on the Sunday edition. It's such a small thing. Read the papers. I was very shocked and surprised. I was talking to some in one of the training part of it, of joint secretary levels, people, director and joint secretary level. And a small snippet came out about Israel opening an embassy in Bhutan. I do not know. It came out in the month of September, October. And I was training officers of the Customs and Narcotics of Indian Revenue Services. Now, implication of Israel opening an embassy in Bhutan is immense. But most of us missed out that chota snippet. It has a geopolitical significance. Think about it. So it's very important that the papers which you read, 1 or 2 or whatever, aajkal to you get it on your online also, go through it threadbare. Go through it very, very threadbare. It is very important that you know what is, because see, when I get up in the morning, after I finish off my cycling physical exercise, I sit down and read the paper from front to back. Very important. And that guy would have read it that day. Those people sitting in front of you who are interviewing would have read the paper of that day. Read it again and again. Read the editorial. Because our mind is something, anything you read gets stuck here. No one wants a right answer, but everyone wants to, okay, are you aware, as to what is happening? Now you have this, I read a very beautiful thing in WhatsApp or something, it was one of the social media, about this, that ship which is stuck in Suez, right? In the Suez Canal, the ship which is stuck, I think it got afloat today. It is manned by Indian crew. It is owned by some other country. And, it is a very interesting snippet, which is, I think, going on WhatsApp, which is a must. And every day, people lost $400 million. besides the amount of trade which goes through Suez Canal. So think which is the Suez Canal which India can make. This is a school of thought I give to you. Can India have its own Suez Canal? We shall ask you in the mock interview. Which area is India's Suez Canal? Can we do it? Can we not? Oh, that we will push you once we come into that. Okay? Right. Whatever skills you have, some people have got amazing skills. You should be aware what skills you have. I tell you what, I was a young officer. I keep relating this thing. Must be about 6 years of service, 5, 6 years of service. And I went for a course, and we used to get home assignments, and which were graded. So I used to write the home assignment. The 3, 4 chaps used to copy mine. Not that I was very great. I was horrible in studies, but whatever. But those buggers got A, and I always got B. बड़ा प्रॉब्लम यार, मैं वो मेरा चेप के लिखे थोड़ी अंग्रेजी बदली कर दें, and they would get A and I would get B. So I went to my instructor and asked him, I said, sir, I will not name the people, but I get B and they get A. Why is that? He said, okay, the thing is that what you write, I can't read. What you have written, I can't even read what you've written. So मैं estimation में देता हूँ. And actually, let me be very frank, when we check the papers as examiners, if it is written well, and it is actually statistics which I did when I checked all this, whatever number of thousands of papers, when a guy has got a good legible handwriting, he presents his paper very well. And he makes the examiner feel happy to open his and read his paper. And during that 6 weeks of course, I changed my handwriting from a nonsense handwriting to a legible handwriting. So these are capabilities which we all have within us. So imbibe that. Okay, I have lost 1-2 minutes. I'll just give you something to fry your brains. I'll give you a question and I want an answer if anyone can give. Assuming the square area, this is for men, I'm so sorry, ladies, you can also think. If the square area of your face, your cheeks part of it, is 42 square centimeters, what is the width of the shaving brush you need to apply your shaving cream in one go? Again, if the area of your face, your shaving face, ladies, take it, is 42 square centimeters, what is the width of the shaving brush you need to apply in one go on your face? Please give me an answer in 10 seconds, 20 seconds now. Your 20 seconds starts now. 2 seconds.
Sir, we don't use brush to shave the face.
5 seconds to apply your shaving cream. 6 seconds. 7 seconds.
Sir, without the length, we cannot comment upon the width of the brush.
Sorry?
Without the length, we cannot comment upon the width of the brush.
10 seconds. 12. 14. 15. Quick, answer. Ladies and gentlemen, answer. 16. 18. And 20. Okay. It's a very obscure question. First, don't challenge the question, right? Second, do some assumptions, yeah. I said, let the ladies also think they're men. I gave a hint. I assume I am a Sikh gentleman. I don't need to shave, sir. Excuse me. Can't you say? Assume. Did I say that you cannot assume that you don't shave? You say, yes, my assumption is I am a Sikh gentleman, or I am a Muslim, which I am supposed to keep my beard, I don't shave. I'm just giving a very obscure question. Or you can think of a million other things as long as your assumptions are right. It's a obscure, or like Colonel Verma said, very bizarre question. But it is not, I'm not testing your answer, yeah. I'm not testing your answer. I'm testing your ability to answer by proper assumptions. That is what is important. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I have another 7-8 minutes to go. Thank you very much for listening on to my verbosity. I'm still open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got about 8 क्या बोलते हैं,
questions.
Hobbies. No question. Hobbies listed with me.
Okay, sir.
The first 8 fellows can, whoever comes to me, the first 8, I will only tell those first 8 what it is. Because you should not have the common hobbies, otherwise pura chaos ho jayega, right? So you can take my mobile number from Colonel Verma. And anything anyone wants to ask.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really insightful. It was really insightful, sir.
Thank you, Colonel Verma.
And the points you covered, the OLQs expected from a future civil servant, and the panel's expectation. I think people will realize them and will try to imbibe. So I have a few pointers from my side, like you told about the newspapers. So newspaper, people ask me that what should be read in a newspaper, because we are not habitual to read newspapers.
Yeah, we are not. We are not.
Sometimes
Yeah. Sorry, Colonel.
Yes, sir. Habitual. It's again not a hobby. So I have 3 points, like what you should look up in a newspaper. One is, at every age there are information proportionate to your age. Every age. So a candidate graduate from the college must be around 21 years, as this examination comes with the eligibility criteria of 21 years. So the information which was supposed to know by a person having 21 years of age, you should also know that those information. So it's age-related information in a newspaper. Now, you are attempting the CSE, that is going to be the member of the steel frame of the country. So as a future civil servant or as a serious UPSC CSE candidate, what are the information you are supposed to know? I mean, it is the one up level, one advanced level from the previous one, because you have chosen to become the civil servant. So those information, like sir told about the opinions, the editorials, and framing your own opinion, because we are very rigid. We don't do the 360-degree analysis of an issue. That will come up with knowing the both sides of a coin. So you need to understand those editorials very well. You need to frame your opinion based on your understanding. So those type of information you are supposed to know, like economy. The most neglected segment in the newspaper is economy, I think. People don't dare to go into that newspaper. So like figures, the numbers, we are not good with the numbers.
Can I interrupt for a moment, Colonel Verma? When you talked of the economic issue, I'll give you a live example. When Kargil took place, I was in the Military Intelligence Directorate.
Some problem, I think.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'll give you my personal experience. When the Kargil thing took place, I was in the Military Intelligence Directorate, and all of us used to give our own personal, feeling, though I was pretty junior, as to about the Kargil issue. And what I used to check up was, I used to check the Sensex of the Karachi index.
Sir, connection is unstable.
Hello, am I audible? Am I audible, please?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I used to check up the Karachi.
Sir, can you repeat it, sir? You were lost for a minute, I think.
Right. During Kargil, I was in the Military Intelligence Directorate, and to sense the mood of Pakistan,
Connection is poor, sir. Connection is poor at your end.
No.
Now you're audible, sir.
Abhi
We
theek
are
hai?
able to hear you, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
you can switch off your video.
I think I'll switch off my video. Okay. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I used to do is I used to check the Karachi index, and I could gauge the people's morale of the country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
So the reason was that in the economics thing, I don't want to ask you कि यार आज Tata Power का share क्या price है, but I would want to know that is the economy doing well? How is the Sensex behaving? If you even see that, you will come to know, yeah. Or if PPF has increased from 2.5 to 5 lakhs yearly subscription, why have they done it? So mota patta karna, it is normal. I know of your age group, economics does not interest you, but sweethearts, once you join,
Am I audible to you, sir?
Service, you will have to keep an eye on all these things. Okay?
So you're not audible, not visible.
Abhi to I am visible. Okay, whoever's heard me would have understood what I'm trying to say. So reading a little bit of economics is okay. Yeah. You don't have to study it. You just go through it. Whatever paper, from Times of India to Hindustan Times to Indian Express, choice is yours. There may be a sports buff, यार, जिसने वो रोनाल्डो ने कोई गोल मारा होगा, तुमने पढ़ा नहीं है तो बोलेगा यार वो विराट कोहली ने आज कितना बनाया था, बोला वो तो ब्लडी हेल है विराट कोहली, तो वो बोला यार तुम क्रिकेट नहीं देखता, बोला नहीं सर मैं पढ़ता ही हूँ, बोला बॉस तू बहुत ही पढ़ाकू है. ओके.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Verma, to you, please.
Sir, can I ask a question, sir?
Me?
No, sir. Lieutenant Colonel Verma, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, when...
So, am I audible? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Sir, sir, when...
Am I audible, sir?
You are.
Sir, you are audible, sir.
I think problem is at my end. Okay, sir. Okay. So I didn't complete my third point. The third point was, in a newspaper, there are certain... Hello?
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yeah. So in a newspaper, the third thing, what you should... Let me complete my third point. I told you there are three things you should look up in a newspaper. Yeah. So one was age-specific information. The eligibility criteria is 21 years. You should have that proportionate as a serious civil services aspirant or as a future public officer. The information related to those you should look up. Third thing, that is very important to your chosen subject at optional level, as optional paper. There are research going on. There will be some in that subject. So you should at least know those information related to your optional subject. Here I will also include points related to your hobby. If you are giving any hobby and that is like being reflected in the newspaper, like the cricket, chess, whatever cycling and all. So those figure, so like about initial question, and we all feel that doesn't carry any weight. Sir has rightly brought out, this is very important, and that will be your elevator pitch. So like I was last time we prepared few people and we gave them the elevator, call it 30 to 40 seconds, crisp, to the point, your biodata and your educational background and achievements, if any. Those should be included in your this 30 to 40 seconds elevator pitch. So this will be homework from my side to you all guys. Now I open up the discussion for the question and answer. So anybody would like to know from me or from sir can raise a question.
Sir, can I ask a question, sir? Hello?
Yes, please.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Anybody?
Sir, can I ask a question, sir?
Go ahead. किससे पूछ रहा आपने?
Sir, General Rajesh Sahai,
Any question from your end?
Yeah, go ahead. बोलो, पूछो.
Or
पूछो.
future
Sir,
civil servants.
when we are starting reading newspaper, sir, it is taking 3 hours for complete reading, sir,
Yes, audible.
of the newspaper. I'm wasting the total 3 hours of my entire time, sir. So there is any other way, sir, to read the newspaper, sir?
Yeah, देखो ऐसा है. There are two things. One is reading and one is studying.
Yes, sir.
Your study part is over now. You are reading, right? So when you read the headline, and you should have the ability to skim through it and get certain important points. That is all.
Okay,
you don't have to sit down and write a whole thesis. You don't have time. You are done
Yes,
that,
sir, yes,
यार. वो तो तेरा हो गया है, boss. तूने mains clear कर लिया है, वो तेरा हो गया है. You just need to know what is the news, यार. Or if you don't want to, even you can go on Google News and see what is the latest news in India. But best is paper में you just skim through. You know, you don't want to see कि उस बंदे ने अपनी वाइफ को आज कत्ल कर दिया, वो लेडी ने उस बंदे को चाकू मार दिया अपने लवर के साथ में. क्या करने का है? You have to take essential things out of your thing. You should know, as a bureaucrat, you need to know to sift what is essential and what is non-essential.
Right, sir.
So in the front page, you just see. Suppose I tell you what is the COVID rate today. So if you read yesterday कि तकरीबन 1 लाख हो गया, तो it is about lakh or so, sir. It is going up. Death rates is about 1.5. Enough.
Yes.
I don't have to ask you कि दिल्ली में कितने मर गए, कितने वो हो गए, क्या हो गया. Generally, you are aware of it, that the graph is going up, or it is stagnated, or it is coming down. Simple.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Or should we call it off?
Good evening, sir. My name is Akanksha.
Hanji Tripathi ji.
Hanji, sir. Sir, I want to know about mains examination. So basically, what does exactly examiner expect from our answer in the mains examination?
Akanksha, where are you from?
Sir, I'm from UP Allahabad.
Okay, Allahabad ki, na?
Yes, sir.
Tell me one thing. Why have you combed your hair and come and sat here?
Because
answer.
Because I want to look presentable.
Why are you wearing that some earring I can see?
Because today it's a festival day, and
why are you wearing such a smart kurti?
So it's an ethnic kurta, and I love to wear some ethnic in this day.
So you taken an effort to present yourself, because probably you knew that you may come up on the video. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
I didn't take out my shirt ki jo mere haath mein lagi. I wore my shirt jaan ke a darkish color. I selected it. Okay. How am I looking now?
So a bit messy.
Horrible, not messy. Am I looking presentable now?
Much better.
Much better. Okay, my comb is somewhere. So the issue here is that when you write in the mains, see, knowledge, everyone has 1920, 1920. But the trick of the trade is to put the knowledge in 50 words, 150 words, 250 words, or 500 words. There is something known as a presentation skill. So as I understand, probably you'll be giving your mains this year in the end. Am I correct, Akanksha?
So next year, yes, sir.
Next year. We will train you for that. We will train you how to write an answer. Because what happens is, when I'm sitting there, I'm also under pressure to check. And excuse me, there's certain fallacy people have, especially for the people who are preparing for the mains, is that we don't check every word. Excuse me, we check each and every word. Every word is checked. Every word is underlined or crossed or made a circle of. Don't think we don't check it. Okay? But if you presented it well, so when I open it, I say, oh, good. So my expression changes from frustration to happiness. And it is your business to ensure that I am happy, because once I am happy as an examiner, I'll give you more marks than what you deserve. If you put your hair like this and come in front of me, I'll give you lesser mark than what you deserve. We are, after all, human. So presentation is very important, and we will tell you the nitty-gritties of presentation. By the time we finish off with you, Akanksha, next year you will make it. I mean, Varma and I don't speak out of the blue. Varma and I do a lot of reading of each and every individual, and we tell them, damn it, you will make it. And 90% of people have made it who we have said has made it. Okay. And we still mentor people of last year. I still mentor, I will not name the gentleman. I don't think so he's here. I used to send him he had got off WhatsApp. I had told him, get out of WhatsApp because more distracting hota hai. He's appeared for the second time. He's made it in the list. I used to send him a message every day on his mains in the morning at 7 o'clock because I knew he would be awake. Soyega nahi. I would say, all the best, son, for your exam. Promptly, he said, thank you very much, sir. Your messages are motivating. Colonel Verma and I do that. For us, Akanksha, you are going to be with us and we're going to be with you 24/7 till you go to Labasna. We will ensure we push you there. Don't worry.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Karthikeya is there. Karthikeya.
Yeah, I think I seen the boy Pele, Karthikeya Verma, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
पिछले साल भी था तू?
अरे नहीं sir, पहली बारी.
How do I know him then? He is very familiar.
Sir, I have a very generic face, so you might have confused me with some other person.
Could be. I guess. Okay. Thank you.
Karthik, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sir, about what? Actually, I don't have any particular doubts on it. I had some general doubts that were cleared during what Major General Sahani said.
Sahai.
So, Sahai. Sorry. So, as of now, there is no particular doubt. Apart from it, there would be some issues that I need to cover for my interview preparation. But I don't think this is an apt time to open up with them. It would be taken up later.
Please feel free. You speak to Colonel Verma. Anyone is welcome to speak to me anytime. I am up at 5 o'clock. From 5 to about 7:30, not available because I go for my 15-kilometer cycling every day. Uske baad I am available till 10 o'clock. So you can speak to Colonel Verma, you can speak to me. We will nurture you for every step. That we assure you, Karthikeya. We will nurture you for every step. Don't worry. We are interested that you make through, yaar. Where are you from?
Sir, Jaipur,
sir,
Rajasthan.
I'm from Punjab, sir.
Karthikeya is from Punjab or Jaipur?
No, sir.
I am from...
No, Karthikeya Verma.
Yes, sir. I am from Jaipur, Rajasthan.
Oh, वो तो वर्मा भी तो जयपुर का ही है. Not to worry. Okay. We will ensure you get through. Don't worry. We will nurture you. Time is less, but Mandeep.
Sir, I am having today's economic somewhat. There is a sir. There are somewhat accidents happening in Andhra Pradesh. So what is the solution for that, sir?
Which accidents?
Sir, in according during election time, sir.
Yeah, frankly, I am not aware of that.
Okay, sir. I am from I'm from Punjab, sir, and myself, my name is Mandeep Singh, sir. So
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਭਾਈ
really-
ਮਨਦੀਪ ਵੇਂਦ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਤੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਮਨਦੀਪ ਹੈ
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
ਹਾਂਜੀ
So, so it is very nice to.
ਮਨਦੀਪ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਪਿੰਡ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਤੂੰ ਯਾਰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਦੱਸ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ where are you
Sir,
from?
I am from Jalandhar city, sir.
I was born in Jalandhar. ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਲ ਹਾਂ
Okay. So I came in Andhra Pradesh after I born 6 months after I born. I came to Andhra Pradesh, sir. I am living in Andhra Pradesh the last 15 years, sir.
Oh, acha.
Yes.
Okay. Pleasure knowing you, Mandeep. Anyone else? Colonel Verma, can we call
Kirandeep is there, sir. Kirandeep.
Okay, Kirandeep Kaur. Kirandeep Kaur was the lady from this thing, from Punjab.
Yes, sir. I'm from Punjab.
Patli lambi kudi.
No, sir. Lambi to nahi.
Moti hai kya?
नहीं मोटी भी
नहीं. Switch on your video. Let me see you if I recognize you. I think we know you.
Sir, no, sir, we haven't met
Okay.
before. I think.
Changa.
Yes.
Anything, anyone here? We will continue the dialogue. I don't want to waste too much of your
Good
time.
evening, sir.
Hanji, Pravina. Yes, Miss Pravina.
Sat Sri Akal. This is yes, sir. This is Pravina from Visakhapatnam.
Okay.
साडा नाम प्रवीणा है.
हाँ जी सर.
I really like Punjabi a lot. मैं बहुत देखती हूँ पंजाबी भी. And I really liked a lot the way you convey, the way you present people. Generally IAS का coachings के अंदर generally लोग bore हो जाते हैं.
I guess so.
But your presentation is so interesting. I just left all my work aside, though I'm not related to IAS at all. But I thought, let me inspire other people also by sharing your all videos and links to other people.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much. So sweet of you.
Sir, a small doubt, sir. बहुत कम बच्चों को IAS IPS बनना होता है एक्चुअली, मगर ऐसे कई बच्चे होते हैं जिनको आइडियाज रहता है कि अगर हम लोग इस पोजीशन में है, इस पावर में है, तो उसको हम लोग सोल्यूशन कैसे दे सकते हैं. अभी जैसे भी मनदीप जी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा कि व्हाट वी कैन डू अ सोल्यूशन फॉर द एक्सीडेंट्स. तो जनरली उन लोगों को पता रहता है कि अभी अवेयरनेस अगर हम लोग ट्रैफिक रूल्स का करें, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं कि कई लोगों को ट्रैफिक रूल्स नहीं मालूम है. द ओनली थिंग इज दे आर जस्ट गिविंग वैल्यू टू देयर ओन टाइम, वेयरएज जल्दबाजी में वो लोग क्रॉस करके चले जाते हैं. दे नो दैट दे शुड नॉट डू बट दे स्टिल डू इट वांटेडली, मगर उसका कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस वो फेस नहीं करते, इसलिए वो उतना ध्यान नहीं देते. ऐसे लोगों को हम लोग कैसे अवेयरनेस कर सकते हैं? And once you go in that position, then only you can resolve it. और उसके लिए पढ़ाई ही जरूरी होता है. And other than that, you should also have the local knowledge. सिर्फ किताब पढ़ने से IAS ऑफिसर बनना बहुत मुश्किल है. Apart from that, you should have also the local knowledge. You should have a proper wisdom over this topic. You should have a proper interaction with the people. सिर्फ रूम में किताब भी पढ़ने से IAS ऑफिसर नहीं बनते. जैसे I hope I know, आपने जिस तरह से प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है, you study the people more than the books.
Yeah, that's it.
So you're conveying to the people, you're talking to the people as they speak in their slang, in the speak, it makes us there, ये हमारे person है. तो ऐसा हम लोग कैसे इंस्पायर कर सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को to study more and focus on this IAS part?
See, what happens is, and that is, I have served a lot in other countries also, in the United Nations and things like that. There is a very peculiarity of a country. We are the biggest crib masters on earth. We are argumentative. We want to crib. We want to make mountains out of molehills. अगर आपने कहानी सुननी है तो आप भारतीय से पूछ ले, वो कहानी बना देगा. But execution is where we suffer. Why are people scared of IAS exams? Because it is tough. You have to put your heart, soul, body. It is not an individual doing it, by the way. It is the whole family behind that individual. One person और उसके पीछे उसके माँ, बाप, भाई, बहन, ताया, चाचा, दादा, दादी, everyone is behind him.
पूरी लाइन लगी हुई है.
Exactly. It is a big support system behind the person, so it is difficult. Ask the guys, out of the people who have succeeded in the mains. It is not easy because the knowledge is so vast. Anything can be asked from anywhere. That is why people are scared to attempt IAS. अरे जब तक आप attempt नहीं करोगे आपको क्या पता चलेगा? Everyone looks at power matrix कि भाई मैं bureaucrat बन जाऊं, मैं DM बन जाऊं, DC बन जाऊं. अरे उसको बनने के लिए कितना उसमें मेहनत चाहिए is what we all lack.
Sir, how about अगर schooling से ही उन लोगों को इसके बारे में एक rough knowledge दिया जाए, जैसे IIT है.
I will suggest to Colonel Verma. I think he and I are planning to come to Visakhapatnam. We should, Colonel Verma, go and start addressing, college students at the first year or so. That it is not difficult there. It is not impossible. It is difficult, but so what? We can do it, and you can do it. Yeah.
Pravina, are you aware about our physical existence in Visakhapatnam?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Definitely, I know, sir.
Are you aware of it? We have started our classroom there in Visakhapatnam.
Yes, sir. Ranjit sir is the person who has been started in this.
Okay. We can take on and go and give motivation talks and pep talks. And,
yes, I will definitely plan your visit to Visakhapatnam, sir, soon.
Yeah, Vishal.
Sir, सभी लोग IIT के पीछे भाग रहे हैं. Whereas they should also know that IAS IPS is not that hard if you start in an early stage. अभी 7th class के बच्चों से IIT start है, Olympiad start है. तो ऐसे कुछ crash course हम लोग IAS IPS के ऊपर start करें, it will make them for them to easy. बच्चों को history पसंद नहीं है, क्योंकि they doesn't want to remember those all things.
मेरे को नहीं पसंद.
How important is that they should know how, because मेरी माँ कौन है, उसकी माँ कौन है, अगर मुझे मालूम नहीं, I don't know मेरा अस्तित्व क्या है. So in that way, we should know about our country.
Yes.
Sorry if I've taken much time, sir.
The syllabus of UPSC CSC. If you'll go through the syllabus, I think you will be like shocked to see it. It's a vast. And if you can prepare for UPSC, I think you can take on any examination. Anyway, he had subscribed to us for the interview management program, and she had some doubts. Kirandeep,
yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I had given my interview last time also. So I had secured 165 marks in my last interview of UPSC. So I had some doubts regarding filling my DAF. So I had shared my interview transcript and also some the hobbies section of my DAF with Verma sir.
What was your hobby, Kirandeep?
So my hobby was writing poems.
And you were the person who was caught with the classical poems, and now you started reading Abdul Kalam. You were the one?
Yes, sir.
I read your DAF. Verma sent it to me.
Okay, sir.
That you started reading Abdul Kalam books.
Yes, sir.
It is your misfortune. मैं तो poet हूँ नहीं. I am not a poet. If I am on the panel, I may not ask you about poetry, but your misfortune that you got a poet probably who liked poetry, and he then put you into the spin and you got spun.
Yes,
so
sir.
When you write your hobby, you have to be very if you have to still fill up your DAF, because Colonel Verma has shared your DAF with me, I can advise you one-to-one on a specific hobby, which you can.
I will organize. I will.
Yeah, Verma?
Yes, sir. I will organize a Zoom meeting with you, sir. We are claiming one-to-one session. So this I will plan.
You can plan it in any day.
Anything else, Kiran?
Today,
yes, sir.
Tomorrow, so that I can advise her.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Another thing, sir, I had written just one hobby, that is writing poems. So, and also, I don't think my, usually in the mock interviews, we hear the panelists saying, okay, so your DAF is really impressive and so on. but I don't think my DAF is very much impressive. I mean, I'm preparing for the civil services right after my college, after passing out in 2017, and I don't have any work experience also. So I wanted to ask, does that really matter? I mean, having good achievements in DAF and writing impressive things in DAF. And also, I have written just one hobby. So should I write another one?
No, no. What is a hobby, yaar? Hota kya hai hobby? Where are you from, Kirandeep?
Sir, I'm from Kapurthala, Punjab.
Okay. What is Kapurthala famous for?
So,
ਤੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਭਾਈ.
sir, it is called the Paris of Punjab. It has really good buildings, monuments, old monuments.
Okay.
And so, the first health minister, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, was from Kapurthala.
Good. So tell me, what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
Sir, actually, amongst the humongous syllabus of UPSC.
Chalo, before that, what did you like doing before you started attempting? In 2017, what did you like in your life to do? Yeah, you could have not been padaku all your life, yaar, hai na?
Yeah.
Sir,
yeah. So there was nothing specific, just
unspecific. Chaliye.
Normal things, watching movies, hanging out with friends.
Okay, what else?
Yes, sir. So that's it.
Okay, not to worry. So, yeah, like Colonel Verma said, we'll help you out to write a intelligent hobby.
Okay,
and
sir.
we will tell you where to read about that hobby so that you are prepared for that hobby. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And I will assure you that the person will ask you the question about that hobby.
Okay, sir.
And when he asks you that question, then you got your interview panel in your hand. That is what you require.
Okay, sir.
That he or she or they ask you questions which you want them to ask.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we will guide you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's why we call it theater management, sir.
Exactly.
And,
it's a beautiful word.
I have named it not the mentoring program, it's the interview management program.
Correct.
So you will bring all
to manage your interview. And the personality test, obviously, there is no specific JD job description given to you. So it's not an interview. It's obviously a personality test.
But we'll help
and
you.
It's a 360-degree roundtable conference, by the way. It's an interaction. वो कहते हैं ना यूपीएससी के गलियारों में इसको बोलते हैं interaction with the candidates. And this is about assessing your overall candidature for the All India services. So that's all from our end. I think we wish them all the best.
Yeah, we should.
And interview will commence after 20th, probably. Let me give the IMP making of an officer in the nutshell. We will be having such lessons, such grooming sessions, 7 to 8 on leadership, communication, that is verbal and non-verbal communication, and on your hobbies and how to fill the DAF. Then followed by 2 online mock interviews with the elite panelists and 1 offline interview. We have selected the date 19th April at GP Siddharth, Karol Bagh, Delhi for our first offline interview. And this will come with some fee. The features can be checked at www.upsclaunch.com. So from my end and on behalf of all the attendees, I must express my sincere thanks to General Sahai.
Thank you.
I, on personal note, got so many inputs today, so many lessons, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are awesome and always bring something very new that can be grabbed by each and everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and Jai Hind, everyone.
Your continuous support at UP, and we will give them a head start, a thumping up, a boost to their final struggle. Thank you, sir. Good evening, and Jai Hind to
Jai Hind, everyone. Jai Hind.